So I have been living here in Peru for about a little over a decade now, and it has been quite a roller coaster, let me tell you that. Since I got here, it was a huge culture shock. It was still the same continent, of course, but every single country has their good things, has their bad things, has their original, traditional things. So, hence the shirt and the title of the video. I decided to make 10 things, a list of 10 things that I love about Peru, and another video is going to be 10 things I dislike about Peru. Traffic is number one on that list, I think. So a lot of these things that are on my list are, of course, my personal opinion. But food is actually, like, we have damn good, delicious food. Like, that's actually a fact. That's not really my opinion. Yeah, that's a fact, I think. In my opinion, that's a fact. So I guess that's number one, food. You know, the best thing, I don't want to say best thing, but one of the best things that I love about Peru is the food. So we have food from like almost every single region. So starting from the coast, we have ceviche, we have arroz con mariscos, we have jalea, we have conchas. We have so many delicious food, and I'm getting so hungry. So like if you hear like, that's my stomach, okay? Then food from the highlands, it's more like warm food. It's more about, rice. Well, rice is like in every single part, I think. We eat a lot of rice. We eat a lot of white rice. Menestras seco, de carne seco, de cabrita, a lot. We have always a lot of meat, a lot of rice, a lot of papa, potato. Diet, the word diet does not exist in my vocabulary, really. Sometimes I get like, oh my gosh, like, I wish I could fix this, or not fix, more like, like slim down. But then I remember, I eat really well. So I'm like, what is a dieta? I don't understand what you're trying to say. I don't know what is dieta. So, oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about the postres. And the postres, I'm about to cry right now. We have mazamorra. Oh my gosh, my Spanish. Mazamorra morada. We have arroz con leche. We have suspiro limeño. We have cheesecake de sauco. Why do I always mix up sauco, like the fruit, with the reggaeton song? I always mix it up. Food from the jungle, it is so delicious. I went to the jungle. I've been to the jungle like about 2 or 3 times, and mosquitoes, but the food, delicious. I have never met a person who doesn't like Peruvian food. Either they haven't tried it, or they're just a hater, because who in their right mind, like, are your taste buds even working if you say that? Like, you're just a hater. Like, so we also have drinks. So we have chicha morada. A lot of Americans say that chicha tastes like bubblegum. I don't know, maybe like for the first time that they tried, oh yeah, this tastes like this. But since I'm like so used to it, I'm like, girl, that does not taste like bubblegum. Like, I don't know where or how or what. Now, besides the non-alcoholic drinks, like the main non-alcoholic drink is chicha morada, which is based on like a purple corn. It really is a corn, and it really is purple. Okay, so it's based on that, and we also add like pineapple, and we add also other ingredients, and we add canela and membrillo. A lot of people mix different types of fruit into this drink, and they boil it, and then they serve it, cool it down, of course, and everything. We have emoliente, we have quinoa. Oh my gosh, in the morning, let me tell you, when I was studying in the university, the first thing I had to have was either maca or quinoa. Now, it's not just delicious with pineapple, is so delicious, but besides that, it really does stimulate your brain. Now, I know it sounds kind of weird, not even scientific or anything like that, but it really does help. Like, I had class from like 7 a.m. to 10:45 p.m. So that's, very hectic schedule. So if you find maca in any Latino supermarket, I do recommend that. We have pisco sour. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because that is like our main alcoholic beverage. Pisco is Peruvian. I should have another shirt on that says Pisco es Peruano, because it is, duh. Now, number 2 for me is history and culture. From pre-Incas to like right now, because let me tell you, the political system right now, it's gonna be part of history. Let me just say that, okay? It's gonna be part of history. It's gonna be written down in the books. So way before colonization, way before the Spaniards came to the continent of America, we had Incas, so our indigenous people. We also call them like pre-Incas because we have different cultures. Now, again, it's really specific. The last time I learned about this was back in high school, which was about like, I'm not gonna say when because I'm gonna sound old. That was another reason why I wanted to go into international relations, because I always wanted to learn more about my culture, about my history. So of course we have history way before the Spaniards came to America. We have Incas, we have pre-Incas, and we have a lot of discoveries. So if you even heard of brain surgery, well, our ancestors, our indigenous people, pre-Incas, would actually perform these types of operations. They would chew, for example, we have hoja de coca in order to like become a little bit numb and not feel pain. Number three for me would be jokes and humor. You're always going to find some people with hilarious humor. You're always going to find people out in the street who laugh, who can take a joke. Now, sometimes they cross that line. Sometimes they get a little bit carried away. However, Peruvians are just known for that humor. They're just known for a little bit of dark humor, I guess you can say. Some jokes could cross the line. Some jokes are misinterpreted. Some jokes, have like the double meaning. And I think a lot of Peruvian humor is based on that. They roast you. Like I think roasting was part of the Incan culture, because a lot of people roast you. Like my own dad roasts me. I'm like, the fuck you, like, what are you even talking about? Like, you gave me this nose. Number four would be traveling. So if you want to go to the beach, girl, we got you. We have so many different beaches. We have Mancora. In the south of Lima, we have beautiful beaches. I'm looking at the beach right now. And if you really don't like the sand or things like that, it's okay. Like if you want the mountains, if you want to go hiking, we have highlands. So in the highlands, specifically in Cusco, I think that's the main, well, of course, that is the main attraction. Machu Picchu is the main attraction. If you like to go hiking, if you like extreme sports, if you like to, adventure out in the woods and out in the jungle, we have the jungle, of course, like I just said, and the Amazon River. And if you want to go, sightseeing, we also have that too. If you like extreme sports, like on the outskirts of Lima, we also have Lunawana, where you can go kayaking, where you can do the zip line. If you want to go to Ica, for example, south of Lima, we also have the dune buggies. We have sandboarding. We have so many amazing things. We have a lot of extreme sports and paragliding. We also have that in Lima and Miraflores. So besides the main attraction, which is Machu Picchu and Cusco, we also have the Nazca Lines, which is in Ica. So we have a lot of diversity. So I guess to piggyback a little bit on traveling and food, we have diversity. I'm not just talking about people, but I'm talking about regions. So again, we have the jungle, we have the highlands, and we also have the coast. Now that also brings a lot of diversity into different types of food. That brings a lot of diversity of people. So the diversity is not just about the geographic regions, but as well as the people. For example, we have people from the jungle, right? We have selváticos. We also have people from the highlands, which are called serranos because they are from la sierra. And we also have cholos. That comes from the word chala. That means, the coast of Lima, the coast of Peru. So it's a lot of diversity, a lot of people sharing their own culture, different cultures within one culture. Now, number 6 is affordable living. It's really different from the States because, for example, in the States, you have a job, a minimum wage salary, and you could, if it's a good minimum wage, depending on the state, you could afford your own car and your apartment. Now it depends on like your lifestyle and the wage that you have. But here in Peru, with a minimum wage, you can't really buy your own car. You can't really have your own apartment because I'm keeping it real, but it's very normal to live with your parents. But why do I say affordable living? Because of the food, for example. I know I go on and on about food, but one dish, for example, would be what we call a menu, I guess you can say in English. It's not the correct translation, but it's mainly like, okay, for example, you remember at school in your cafeteria where you were in line and you had your milk and your apple or fruit or whatever, your fruit cup, and then your main dish, right? Main dish. So that's kind of like a menu here in Peru. Not exactly the same, but it's like the idea, the concept. For example, we have menu from 5 soles to 8 soles, but it's a lot of food. So someone who doesn't really earn that much money, they can afford to get by. They can afford to buy their groceries. They can afford to to eat like at those menus if they're close to their job, because it's like 5 soles, 8 soles. And $1, for example, is 3 soles. It varies. It's from like, it's like 3 soles point 23. It varies every single day. So like right now, when I'm filming right now, it's about 3 soles and 23 cents, Peruvian cents, $1. And that's another reason why a lot of people are attracted to come and travel, because it's affordable for them. You know, the euro or the dollar, it's very affordable for them to come here, and like they could afford a lot of things. They can buy a lot of souvenirs. They can travel to a lot of places because their currency is very, very strong compared to our currency. Now, number 7 would be friendly people. And basically, they do try to help you. A lot of people do try to help out. If you need help with directions or something, yeah, you know, you go here. We're not the best with directions. Giving directions, we're not the best, but we will try to help you locate where you are or your destination or whatever. Number 8 for me would be creativity. So if you have ever been to Peru, you know about the souvenirs. And a lot of people love, I think they love more, what they love more about the souvenirs are like the little keychains with like the little llamas. Oh, school supplies. I love school supplies. I don't know why. I just love it since I was a little kid. Anyways, so this is actually a pen, you know, it's like a souvenir. But if you look at it, it's like a woman. It's like a una cholita. She's so cute. I also have a Barbie, which is like that. But anyways, and it's actually a pen, you know, with the colors in like la lana or alpaca. So they make a lot of cute things. They make a lot of souvenirs, a lot of, you know, like curious, I was gonna say in Spanish, a lot of curious things, a lot of curious and neat souvenirs. Another one would be, I am such a hoarder with cups. So this is when I went to Arequipa, and it actually has the it's kind of like La Plaza from Arequipa. And you also have Misty right here on the cup. I don't know if you can kind of see it. So they make so many amazing decorations. I also have another cup on Cusco, but my mom took that one. So it has like the image of Machu Picchu right there. And this one, I think it's just like so adorable, so cute. So a lot of Peruvians do make a lot of things with their hands. They're very creative with their hands. They like to sew, they like to create. I also have earrings which have the shape of one of the drawings from the Nazca lines. So like the way they bend the wire and the way they their imagination is, it's like so incredible how they're so amazing with their hands. Now number 9 had to have its own little separate number instead of mixing it with number 1 food, which is traditional desserts. Now I know I talked about food already, but I just love food. Now some amazing desserts that we have are suspiro limeño. We have arroz con leche, which arroz con leche is in a lot of cultures, I think, right? Yeah. And we also have mazamorra morada. Mazamorra. Oh my gosh, my R's, guys, my R's. I'm immediately going to eat after I make this video. I'm going to finish the video, I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to edit the video because I'm starving. So besides the traditional desserts that we have, we also have a lot of snacks. I had some snacks to show you guys before I made the video, but I was just so hungry. And then I complain about my panza because I'm always hungry every single time, like every single day. Like I always have a snack in my purse. Because guys, I'm always hungry. It's not my fault, I'm Peruvian. We have good food, we have good snacks. I'm sorry. And number 10 for me would be dances and music. And I believe it's actually one of my favorite besides food. From cumbia to chicha to huayno to salsa to merengue to bachata is Dominican, I know. But we have so many Peruvian artists that just love music so much. Salsa is so included into our culture, like every single day. Like you go into a bus, like you ride a bus or you are in a taxi, you call a taxi or whatever, they have the radio on always. I think the most popular here in Peru would be Peruvian rock, one of the most popular genres. Salsa is like number 1, I believe. Salsa, merengue, reggaeton, of course, is like one of the main popular genres. Then if we specifically talk about dances, we have festejo, we have, you know, it's like música negroide, that's what they call it. So it's like a lot of African roots. So examples of dances are festejo, negroide, cumbia, we have danza de las tijeras. We have so many amazing dances, and a lot of them are based on African roots. So that's why I talk so much about diversity because it's like part of our system. It's part of our blood to be from different parts of the world. All right, guys, that is it. I'm gonna go downstairs and eat. I am starving. I'm gonna go and eat.